Okay, I want us to delve a little bit more into those qualities we talked about. So, beginning in verse number 5, I believe it is. Let's see. Yes, verse number 5. So, in verse 5, he says, "For this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue." Now, remember, he's using the term supplement here, or at least in the ESV version, it's being used. And some of it says add to your faith. We know what faith is. Faith is simply what you believe to be true. The Bible gives a definition for faith in Hebrews chapter 11. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. But for simplicity's sake, it's what you believe to be true. So, what he's saying is, I want you to supplement to your faith, I want you to add to it, think about like a vitamin, virtue. Well, what is virtue? That's like moral character, moral being, choosing to live an upright life, right? Because that's kind of where it starts. It starts with faith. And then because I have faith, because I believe something is true, in this case, God, right? I believe in Christianity, I believe in God. I want to act on it. And I have to want to act on it, right? So I'm going to choose to be morally upright. That's virtue. Then you're going to add to that want to be morally upright knowledge, because it's kind of hard to follow God if you don't know who he is, right? It's hard to follow him if you don't know what he expects from us, if he wants from us, if you don't know the story of God, right? So that's why you're going to start reading Genesis and Exodus and Leviticus and down the line. That's why you're going to get familiar with the gospel so you can know who Christ is in your relationship with him. Okay, so unfortunately, I do have to say this. I started not to, but I feel compelled to say it. Most people stop at the knowledge quality. They never really make it through that. You have a lot of people who believe in God, but they don't ever pick up the scriptures to read and find out who he is. So it's kind of hard to live a life, pleasing to God if you don't know what he wants, if you don't know what that relationship is going to look like. I don't want to continue to remind you about it, but Jesus even said, what? On the day of judgment, right? The day in which he comes back, the people who are not going to get in are those whom he never knew. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. I never knew you. That's why it's very vital that as believers, we come to know who this God is. And the only way you can do that is through knowledge and experience, right? Because it starts with faith, but you have to add on to your faith. Okay, let's keep on pushing through.